Hi everyone, this is Lara Hammock from the Marble Jar channel, and in today's video I'll share some of my tips to ensure that your body does not ache after a full day of working or studying. First, I'll talk about proper posture, then switching between standing and sitting, and finally some great exercises. So over the past year, I've really gotten into exercises that promote proper posture. I'm convinced that collectively our nation's terrible posture is the problem behind most of our overuse injuries and back pain. I started doing Egoscue exercises. You can see my video on that if you are interested. And I've made an effort to change my posture, and as a result, I have eradicated my frequent headaches, gotten back almost full mobility in my arthritic right knee, and eliminated much of the back pain that I would get for standing for too long. So here is the bad news. We are all almost universally sitting at our desks wrong. Everyone tends to relax into their seated posture, allowing their backs to curve like a C and our heads to jut way out beyond our necks. Look around. It's an epidemic. So how are you supposed to sit? You're supposed to sit like this, with a curve in your back here and in your neck, your shoulders back, and your head directly over your shoulders. Whatever you're looking at, generally a computer screen, should be straight in front of you so you don't have to be constantly looking down. Sitting with proper posture improves almost everything, and it helps our bodies to function the way that they were made to. Unfortunately, it's not easy. It takes near constant vigilance and muscle engagement to sit like this. It's good for your body, but it does require strength, flexibility, and some effort. It doesn't sound like much fun, does it? Now, I strongly believe that the benefits outweigh the drawbacks, so I try to sit like this wherever I am. This is not easy for me on a big sofa since I'm right around 5 feet tall. It requires a couple of pillows behind me, or I have to perch on the very edge of the sofa. Sitting is just way less relaxing now for me, which is okay actually, because sitting is bad for you. We should do it way less than we do. There was a study that came out a couple of years ago that linked sitting to shortened telomeres. Telomeres. Anyway, I may be pronouncing that wrong. Telomeres are the ends of our chromosomes that are like the ends of shoestrings. So having nice, healthy, intact, long telomeres is essential to ward off dementia and other markers of aging. What they found was that people who spent more time sitting had shorter telomeres. So this apparently had nothing to do with how much physical exercise they were getting, just how much they were sitting. Yikes. So in fact, sitting took 8 years off of their age. So people who didn't exercise but spent less time sitting were, biologically speaking, 8 years more youthful than those who sat a lot but exercised. So get up. Okay, so I know that most of us don't have the means to buy one of those expensive standing desk contraptions, but I think you can be more creative about how you're working. Figure out a way to raise up your workspace for standing. A quick search on Amazon showed some options that were affordable, anywhere from $80 to $150. That's approximately the cost of 2 physical therapy sessions. Students spending a ton of time studying should figure out ways to study while they're standing or while they're walking. My main computer is a laptop, and I work or study from home, so I have a lot more options than most people do. We have a couple of surfaces that are bar height, so I work standing much of the time. Or if I'm reading, I bought this contraption for 30 bucks that raises books to a better reading level while standing. And I use some clips and rubber bands to secure books or my iPad for hands-free reading. So this device also works to raise a laptop from a counter height surface to an appropriate standing level. In other words, figure out a way to stand as much as you sit, if not more. And finally, the way that human beings engage with the world these days requires much more looking down than looking up. Reading, writing, computer work, texting, etc. We all need ways to counteract all of that looking down. So take a break occasionally and stare up at the ceiling. And then roll your head around a bit to loosen all of those tight neck muscles. My neck cracks every single time I do this. So a bigger stretch is putting your hands on your lower back and then leaning back as far as you can. Since I'm at home when I'm studying, I alternate between sitting, standing, and reading stomach down on a yoga mat so I can stretch out my back and neck. My last very favorite exercise is this one. Find an armchair, and so with your feet straight forward and hip width apart, bend forward, placing your hands on the armchair. So now attempt to get a curve in your spine right here. This is going to stretch your hamstrings. Second, attempt to get your ears to go between your arms while making sure that your eyes are still looking up at the chair arm. So there's no fair looking down for this part. If you do this, you should feel all the bones in your neck realign. It's very satisfying. Hold this for a minute or more. Taller people may have to find a higher surface than an armchair. The idea is that your body should be at a right angle with itself and your back should be parallel to the floor. So here are the takeaways from this video. We sit way too much and it's aging us. If you are going to sit, do it properly, but really try to stand more by mixing up your work environment, and take breaks to stretch your neck and your back so that you don't hurt all over after a long day of working or studying. Let me know what you think. Comments are always appreciated, and thanks for watching.